What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. This is DGen Central, talking football, college football, and NFL. College football week 10, NFL week 9 coming up. Michael has entered the Maction. So we've had some Maction plays. Football was on Tuesday. So if you missed Michael's picks, he actually went 3-0 on Maction picks. So follow our Twitter at Victory Lap Bets so you don't miss any of our picks, even though we are very mediocre on the season. But Maction picks,
That's all right.
Maction picks smack. So we got Ryan back doing his do or die punishment today, eating a bunch of dry ass celery. He will have the volume on for the crunch factor. Crunch, crunch, crunch. We got Zach back. Zach,
also
how you
has to
doing?
eat the whole thing of celery for $1 because he didn't go vegan last year.
Yes, I did.
This man would send us a picture of his breakfast shake at 8 a.m. and then send another picture of food at 9 p.m. like he didn't eat anything all
Peanut
day.
butter and jelly, baby.
Because I was busy.
Oh yeah. And then one day he sent us his dinner. It was a picture of like carrots and green beans on a hot plate.
All right. Let's not get too caught up on the last year. Last year. Ryan's going to do it. So Ryan has to finish all that celery before the podcast over. No water, no ranch, no peanut butter, no nothing. Dip it in, whatever.
No water is a little mean, but okay.
That's probably the hardest part.
So is you not doing your do or die last year, but hey.
So no Michael. Michael is a little under the weather this week. That's all right. He sent us.
Been eating too much ass.
He's got the Zach Wilson. He's
eating mom ass
illness.
Oh,
what was that? He had what was that illness?
Speaking of Zach Wilson, kind of stinks.
He's ass, bro. He's so bad.
Yeah.
But the Jets are fun. Somehow they have a shitty
quarterback in the 2021 draft class. People are talking.
Yeah, people are talking. Justin Fields. We'll get to NFL second, but college football, nothing too crazy happened last week. We actually tweeted out what we thought the first initial college football playoff rankings were going to be. Ryan and Michael and Zach all had some disagreements on those. So if you guys want to talk about that compared to what the actual rankings are, let's talk about it.
The only disagreement I had with the rankings yesterday was TCU being below Alabama. I don't really understand it. Yes, I know if I had to pick Alabama or TCU to win in a game, of course I'm going to take Alabama. I would take Alabama over Michigan and Clemson too, and probably Ohio State. But I don't think you can look at it 100% that way. The games are played for a reason. And when you look at TCU's schedule or who they've beaten so far, it's way better than Alabama. Alabama hasn't really beaten anyone yet. That's really all that great. They should have lost to Texas if Quinn Ewers didn't get hurt, and they almost lost to a pretty bad Texas A&M team as well. So now they'll probably still make the SEC championship game, but I just think TCU needs more respect than number 7. I'm sorry. Number 7.
Zach, thoughts? What were your rankings looking like compared to what the real ones are?
I don't understand how Ohio State is ahead of Georgia. Ohio State, I mean, don't get me wrong, they take it off when they played the team in the winning. So Ohio State has the Notre Dame win, but like that win essentially means nothing. Georgia housed Oregon. Housed them. And Oregon's still a very good football team. They're number 8 in this ranking. So I just don't get how Ohio State is getting the recognition over Georgia. Maybe they're counting the Missouri game for Georgia because they almost lost it, I guess. And then also too, I mean, I would put Michigan in over Clemson, probably just based off what Michigan did last year and then what they've done this year. Clemson has had some pretty good wins this year in the ACC because the ACC has looked better. but nothing too crazy from that. I get Ryan's argument for Bama TCU. I just think the Big 12 is always going to get probably shafted when it comes to the college football playoff just because of their resume in the past has not been strong outside of Oklahoma. But no, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the Pac-12. You've got 8 Oregon, 9 USC, and then 12 UCLA. So this is probably the first time ever in the playoff system where like a 12-team playoff would like actually work out. Where like it would actually be kind of cool to see. Whereas in like years past, like 4 teams always make sense. Like this year, a 12-team playoff would be sick because you'd have Tennessee, UCLA, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Georgia, LSU, Clemson, USC, Michigan, Oregon, Bama, TCU. I mean, those would be some. I mean, I know there's going to be like buys and stuff in the future one, but if they just did all 12 teams in, you could have an argument to be pretty sick. But I mean, we're going to have that in a couple of years. Hopefully, there's still a lot of disparity in college football at that time, and it's not just the usual people who are really good again.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Like 8, like there's some deep teams this year, but also it's only week 10. There's still
A lot of games.
A lot
left.
of football's going to play. A lot of people got to play each other.
right.
And honestly, it's moot because if Georgia beats Tennessee this week, I'm pretty sure Georgia will be number 1 next Tuesday. TCU, if they win out, I don't know. I don't see how you can keep them out, especially if they win the conference. And Ohio State, Michigan, like it is every year when they're good. It's neither of them are going to lose to Illinois, so that's the game that gets you into the playoff.
Fighting Illini, baby, best defense in the country. It is wild to think that their only loss is Indiana.
Yeah, I know. We say that every week.
Like that is one thing I just can't get over. Like the reason what's holding Illinois back is a loss to IU week 1.
Do you think they'd have to be ranked like what, 9 at least?
They would probably be top 10.
I was gonna say 9 right behind because TCU's 8, right?
TCU's 7, Oregon's 8.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, Illinois would be 7 then.
I still think they'd be behind like Oregon and USC maybe just because like they were probably so far in the rankings going into the season.
Yeah, and I guess they haven't played Ohio State or Michigan.
That's the part I don't understand. As preseason polls are fun, it's a good talking point, but preseason polls should have 0 reason how teams are ranked now.
But they do it. It's money, it's rankings, it's to hype up new seasons. They factor recruiting into it, so like it's always going to be a thing because that's how they.
I don't mind it, but like, I don't know. I was afraid they proved me wrong. I was afraid that Georgia was going to be number 1 yesterday just because they started out the year number 1. They didn't do that, so that kind of proves my point to be wrong.
Yeah,
but it's been done in the past, so I'm glad they didn't do it.
And what was the year like USC was ranked preseason number 1 and then finished like 6-6?
Like every year.
Well, no, I remember, wasn't it Barkley's senior year when he got hurt?
It might have been. That was 2012.
Yeah. So I mean, preseason rankings are always going to be a thing. It's like this week. I mean, I don't think LSU is deserving of number 10, but it's because they're playing Alabama, so they want to hype that game up more than.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's like LSU's got 2 losses, and they should not be. I mean, I don't think they should be number 10, but that's not a gripe at Brian Kelly or anything. That's just a gripe with. I don't think a 2-loss LSU team should be number 10 in the country.
Right. Zach, what do you think about the Alabama LSU game on Saturday night? I'm gonna save the other game.
Where is it at?
Baton Rouge.
I feel like it's gonna be interesting. Obviously, this is Brian Kelly's first test against Alabama with LSU. I mean, we always know about this rivalry and everything. I mean, having it at LSU, it's definitely going to be an advantage to LSU. But with a healthy Alabama team with Bryce Young and all these receivers and their defense, I feel like Alabama will win. What's the line on the game actually?
13.
14. Wow.
13. Yeah.
13. If I were to bet on that, I'd probably take LSU with the points at home. But
What do you think?
Did Alabama play last week, or was it like a bye?
They're on a bye.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't remember seeing them at all because they played Ole Miss or Mississippi State 2 weeks ago.
Mississippi State, yeah.
After they lost to Tennessee.
Right, and then they won 24-0 or something like that.
Yeah, they won handily, and then Tennessee housed Kentucky over this past weekend.
Nick Saban off a bye could be kind of scary.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust Brian Kelly yet. Not against Saban. It's like his Achilles heel.
I mean, that's tough to see because Nick Saban is almost every college coach Achilles heel outside of maybe like the only guy that's beat him in a national title is Dabo. Well, and now Kirby now too.
So maybe outside of those two big SEC matchups, what would you guys say you're looking forward to the most?
I don't want to be biased, but Notre Dame and Clemson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that too.
I don't know if Clemson is good as they. Oh, I know they're not as good as they have been in the past. It'll be a good test. I think it'll be a good game.
My thing is like Notre Dame has just played to their competition all season. It's shown, but they've also sucked at home. So like that's the concerning part is they lost to Marshall and Stanford at home. So that just what kind of worries me into the game. This line makes absolutely no sense. 3.5 points makes no sense to me. Like
it stinks.
Clemson has been playing pretty close the last like 4 weeks though.
They've been getting lucky.
But it's just like I don't know, dude. They still have a good.
And Notre Dame played a very clean game last week on the road.
Yeah, I mean the thing with like DJ Ugalele, if I pronounce Ugalele, like they would have lost the game against Syracuse if the backup didn't come in. But like the whole narrative of how like DJ's not a good quarterback is just like completely inaccurate this season. Like before that game, he was like the same statistical ranks of like what Deshaun was that year they won the national title. Like I think having that Casey kid as the backup to DJ is great because if DJ is playing bad, you can just put this kid in, you get a whole different atmosphere. But like, I mean, having DJ as your starting quarterback at Clemson is definitely an advantage. I mean, Ryan, let's be honest, if DJ were to leave Clemson this year in the transfer portal, are you taking him at Notre Dame next season?
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
But also he's pretty okay. He's decent.
Yeah. I think another thing though to consider though is having that not controversy, but it's not you want your quarterback to be like a secured position, like at least after like the third or fourth week of the season. So maybe the toss up and the uncertainty of like who's getting all the first team reps this week.
It's DJ. They've like even after the game, like Casey went up to DJ after the game and said, "Hey, like keep your head up. Like you're still the quarterback of this team." Like the backup quarterback said that to him. Like, I don't know. I just feel like,
I wasn't laughing at you. That was a good point. That was a good crunch from Ryan.
The fact that like a backup 18-year-old freshman quarterback is like going up to DJ and like saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any animosity between those two. It's a fan base that's just like DJ sucks, start the freshman. And it's just like, dude, like that's like probably the most it's the most annoying thing with any fan base in any college.
They're only saying that because they've been spoiled with back-to-back quarterbacks with Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
That's why.
It's any fan base though. It's like it's Yankees fans, it's Notre Dame fans, it's any sports fans. Like when you have a thing of you just like this guy over another, your only argument when this kid plays bad is like this kid sucks, get him off the field.
The Patriots 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, what was it last year when Mac Jones was performing like a superstar and everyone was like, did Belichick find his next Tom Brady? I mean, like, come on, guys.
All right. Any other notes on Week 9 or this upcoming Week 10 for college football?
Just Tennessee, Georgia. That's all I got.
Oklahoma State and Mike Gundy can live in hell for the rest of their life. That was just a complete disappointment.
That was so bad.
Game of college football.
So bad.
They didn't even score.
No.
They didn't even put up a field goal.
How about Kansas State? That was a good game.
No, great job by them.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, dude, Mike Gundy, get the fucking boys ready, dude.
Now, is Adrian Martinez hurt or was he playing?
I don't know the whole thing of it, but
So I know
you're telling.
he like revitalized his career when he left Nebraska because he was doing pretty well.
Yeah, Scott Frost is probably gonna do the same. I also feel, dude, Scott Frost got like 18 million on a buyout. Could you imagine just getting a buyout for 18 mil to your bank account?
I'd be so wet.
Jimbo Fisher, I think his buyout's like the full contract.
Oh yeah, A&M.
That's why they won't fire him.
Yeah, they're gonna stick with him, dude. They got that oil money down there though in A&M, so if they do get rid of him, they'd be fine.
Tennessee, Georgia. Is that who you got?
Is it at Georgia?
Yeah.
I'm going Vols, baby. They're exciting to watch. I mean, this is going to be a real test to see like how their defense can hold up against Georgia's offense. But I mean, their offense can score at will with anybody in the country. Like no one is stop. I can't see a defense shutting down their offense. Now Georgia is a different test. Obviously, I think they have the number 2 defense in the country in like points per game behind the Fighting Illini. People forget. But I think yards per game, I think Georgia's number 1. I mean, this is going to be a true test. My biggest thing, too, is just how, like, Hendon Hooker went from playing at Vatech and looked like he never should have played quarterback to transferring to Tennessee, and he's a Heisman hopeful. Like, I just don't understand how, like, your career can just, like, change that quickly.
Yeah.
It's like the Joe Burrow thing. Like, Joe Burrow's first year at LSU, now don't get me wrong, they were more of a run team his first year there, but like his first year at LSU to his second year is literally like night and day football. Also having Jamar Chase and all those guys to throw to, but I mean, I don't know if you've ever like seen the statistics comparison of Burrow's first year starting to second year starting at LSU. It is literally night and day. A lot of that had to do with Joe Brady though too, and then the OC. I think the OC is where's the OC that was with them? Where's he? Do you know where he's at now?
Joe Brady?
No, so Joe Brady was the passing game coordinator, but he wasn't the true OC. It was an older guy.
I don't know.
He was because everyone gave the credit to Joe Brady, but it was really like it was more him. It just like a lot of the like recognition went to Joe Brady for that season, but I don't know where that guy's at now.
I like Tennessee in this game mainly because I want them to win. Because they're like Zach said, they're a fun team. I want a team to win that's not named Clemson, Alabama, or now Georgia to win the championship. And I don't know. I like Rocky Top. I like that song. It's catchy. Hendon Hooker's great. I like Jalen Hyatt.
What's wild? He's not even their true number 1 receiver.
Oh, is it Brew McCoy?
Cedric Tillman, dude, is stud.
Yeah, they
didn't have him for that Bama game, and that's when Jalen Hyatt. I mean, Jalen Hyatt's also had an unreal year, but they going into the season. They said Tillman was their number 1.
This game kind of gives me the same vibes as LSU and Alabama in 2019 when we knew LSU was good, but we weren't really sure how good they were.
Yeah.
And yeah, Tennessee beat Alabama already, but I do feel like Georgia's better than Alabama this year. So I think this is the bigger test. And I hope they do it. Because if they do it, then as long as
it'll change the rest of the season for sure.
As long as they don't lose in the regular season, they don't even have to show up in the SEC championship. They just
they're in.
You can just start your backups in the SEC championship game if you wanted to, because you're guaranteed a spot in the playoff.
Listen to this scenario. So say Illinois beats Michigan, and then Michigan beats Ohio State. Dude, the rankings would just go bonkers.
Illinois is in the playoff,
right?
Yeah,
Would that do?
But they would have to play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said Illinois would have to play Ohio State in the Big Ten championship still.
They still would have to beat Ohio State.
Oh, I thought you meant they beat them in the Big Ten championship game.
No, I'm saying Illinois beats Michigan regular season,
but they would pop the ranking. You're saying like they would pop up in the ranking for a second.
Yeah.
Literally a second, probably.
Well, then because it would be wild though, because if Illinois beats Michigan regular season and then Michigan beats Ohio State regular season, that would just be bonkers.
Oh yeah.
Because then wouldn't it then be because Michigan and Ohio State are the same title of the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
So then it'd be Michigan, Illinois then for the Big Ten title.
Right. The top would play Illinois.
Yeah. God, that would be wild if Illinois pulled off the upset.
It's the
also,
same.
We just have to mention this: Michigan State scumbags.
Yeah, that's a tough look to take. I mean,
they have 8 players suspended now.
Mel Tucker should be fired.
What's up?
Mel Tucker should be fired.
I mean, he shouldn't be. You can't put that on completely on him. I think he should have done a better job of handling it after the game. But I don't think you can fire him in the moment for what his players did.
Something like that tells me that it's a systemic issue.
He's lost control.
I don't agree with that, dude. College kids, they act by instinct. They just act off instinct. There is no way that Mel Tucker just allows them to like pull that type of stuff in practice or anything, dude. That's just the heat of the moment. Like kids just lost a rivalry game. Now I'm not condoning their actions at all, but I don't think that has anything to do with the way the program is being run.
I don't know.
Who knows? Most of that stuff ends up staying behind closed doors anyways.
They got screwed because there was so many cameras in that tunnel.
Right.
I mean, there's literally every single angle. I mean, that guy got hit in the face, in the back of the head with a helmet. That was worse than the Mason Rudolph.
Oh, way worse. Way worse.
I mean, like that guy should actually get charged for assault.
Yeah.
Assault, yeah.
Those
and then there was like I don't know if it was a receiver or a DB. And someone was like, this guy should not be suspended at all. There's literally a clear video of him just like 3-piecing number 1. And did you see the reasoning why number 1 like runs up the end zone at the end of the game?
I've heard a couple things, but I'm not sure what's true.
I mean, I don't know how true it is, but they basically said he goes quickly up the tunnel after every game because his dad is a truck driver from Texas and drives up for the day of the game to see him and then has to like leave immediately.
Oh,
so
wow.
they said he always tries to go through the tunnel right away to just like go see his dad.
Right. Wow.
I mean, it like Michigan State, like that is just the most like that is awful. I mean, everyone hears like the stuff in the past of like the Notre Dame Miami thing in the tunnel, but I mean, like that was like a team on a team. Like that was fucking like 20 guys on one.
Oh yeah, that was riot shit.
Yeah, I mean that was like completely uncalled for.
And I will say, and I'm not like I agree with Zach. I'm not condoning what happened, but Michigan has this one tunnel thing for an intimidation.
It's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid.
So they can't cry victim here because this has been happening forever. Like last year in the Ohio State game, there was that famous video of at halftime. But now all of a sudden, a couple of your players get jumped because of the situation that you created. Fix it. I don't know.
No, they definitely need to do a system where like
Ryan's on full victim blame mode.
No, they definitely got to figure out a system where one team goes in the tunnel at a time. Because like
Notre Dame did. And Notre Dame would wait for the other team to go into the locker room.
Yeah, because obviously instances like this are going to continue to occur. Because especially in a rivalry game where I mean, a lot of these kids too, if they might some of them might know each other. So there's a lot of shit talking going back and forth. And when you have a lot of just anger after, I mean, they got embarrassed. Like they lost 29-7. It's like they didn't even make it close after beating them the year before. So, I mean, I guarantee number one probably said something in terms of talking shit, but it does not condone getting hit in the face with a helmet as fast as you can swing it. Like there's a time and a place to be angry. You had 60 minutes to hit someone on the field, and then you take it out on someone in the tunnel where he couldn't defend himself.
No.
Like, dude, you just can't defend yourself when you have 15 to 20 grown men just throwing you around all in full pads. Like, and you're in a tunnel on cleats. Like, why is he laughing so hard?
The celery.
Yeah, and then we got Ryan over here eating some celery.
He's hiding the bottle of water out frame.
I'm doing 2 at a time now.
Holy fuck, that's a big ass celery stick.
It's 2.
Oh, it's 2. Damn.
Let's see that Gluck 3000, Ryan.
We're almost there.
That's disgusting.
All right. Anything else?
No,
No,
I'm
let's
good.
get to picks.
All right, we'll get to picks. We'll go over our standings real quick. But first, if you haven't already, you should definitely think about signing up with our partners sportsbook. That's BetUS. We have an affiliate link in the description of this video. So go check out the link. And if you, while you're down there, give this video a like, subscribe, almost at 1,000. We were at 999 last time I checked. Subscribe, be the 1,000th subscriber to DGen Central and Victor Lab Media. We'd really appreciate it. Also, when you use our affiliate link and you
No, we're at
sign up,
1,000 now.
hey, we're at 1,000. Let's go. Clap it up.
Blowjobs for everyone. Woo!
Clap it up. Clap it up. All right, just me. Fuck you.
I said woo!
That works. So you sign on BetUS. They'll give you a 125% sign-on bonus when you use cash. Sign up using crypto. You can use crypto as your credit instead. They'll give you a 200% credit sign-on bonus as well. So you put $100 Bitcoin, you get $200 of BetUS credit. So go crazy, go win, kill the sports book. Let's ride. Broncos country.
Who wants to go first?
So we're all in the negative. So we're not going through the standings. Check out our standings at Victory Lap Bets. I will go through Michael's picks real quick. He has Air Force -7.5, UNC -7.5. Oh, that's Brian. Sorry. All right. Michael has Bowling Green -5, Rice -4. Sorry, Ryan.
What happened?
I was actually reading your picks instead of Michael's. I got through two of them. I was like, oh no, Michael definitely had a Bowling Green as first pick. So Bowling Green -5. These are Michael. Rice -4. Purdue -4.5. OK State -2.5. Temple +4. Temple money line. Texas -2.5. UTSA money line. Alabama -13. UL Monroe -1. And his do or die is UCF -3.5.
Ryan, you want to go?
Yeah, but first, by the way, this starting to feel sick.
Ew.
This celery's starting to become too much.
Ew.
How many stick you got?
What?
How many more you got?
5.
Yuck. Love to see it. You're gonna do it. We know it.
Air Force -7.5. Army has first Air Force has one of the best rushing offenses in the country. Army has one of the worst rushing defenses in the country. So that's a bad matchup for Army. North Carolina -7.5. Oklahoma State -2.5. Oklahoma State, Kansas over 64.5. Texas, Kansas State over 54.5. Tennessee +8 against Georgia, and then Tennessee money line, and then Alabama -13 is my do or die.
Nate, you want to go? Or you want me?
Sure, I'll go. I got North Carolina -7.5, NC State +4, Penn State -14 against my Hoosiers, Pitt -4, Kansas and Oklahoma State over 64.5, Wisconsin -5, Texas -2.5 against Kansas State, and my do or die is Purdue -4.5 at home versus Iowa.
Alrighty, I got App State -3 versus Coastal, UNC -7 against Virginia. I bought it down, so my odds are higher. My juice. Purdue -4.5 versus Iowa. Kentucky -2 versus Missouri. I think they bounce back after getting housed by Tennessee. I got Tennessee money line +235. Penn State -14 versus the Hoosiers. Clemson -3. I bought it down, so my odds are higher. Versus ND. USC -21 against Cal. I think I've bet USC almost every game this season. And then my do or die is Tennessee +8.
Wow. All right. Well, good luck to us. Good luck to everyone fading or tailing our picks. Someone needs to get out of the negatives. Come on, guys. We can do this. All right.
Yes.
Get out of the negatives. Like I said, we got the affiliate link down below if you
Oh.
want
yourself a little getaway?
Yeah, I'm just doing some
All right, maybe Ryan's coworker will sign up and use our affiliate link code. Again, you get 100% sign-on bonus with cash, or 125% sign-on bonus with cash, 200% sign-on bonus with crypto, Bitcoin, whatever you'd like. So check it out. Make some picks. Good luck. We're actually going to do the NFL podcast on a separate episode. So go to our YouTube page, check out the NFL podcast this week's for NFL Week 9 preview, predictions, and bets. Ryan will finish the celery sticks in the next episode. So go over there to
5.5
watch him
left.
suffer. All right. We'll catch you all next time. Peace.
See ya.